Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Wow, what a crazy day we had with AMC. I mean, as predicted guys, if you watched my last video, I did tell you guys that in the morning we can see AMC pulling back and then going up and testing those holy grail resistance lines, and that's exactly what it did. I mean, it came back and tested this demand box on the dot, right? So as I mentioned in my previous videos, the healthy move for AMC would have been to retest the 0.382 fib retracement. I mentioned that it would be valid. The bullish thesis would be valid even if AMC came back all the way down to zero point 0.5 and retested that. But thank God we didn't go that far. It came back and retested the point 382 and then just bounced. I mean, look at this demand wick. I mean, that's just how strong the bulls were when it came back and retested here. So all in all, guys, it's been an amazing day so far. I mean, if you guys were playing options and followed my advice, I'm hoping that all of you guys made a killer shorting at the beginning of the day and then just riding the wave up. I mean, look at this. It's just picture perfect day trading setup. One ascending triangle after triangle breakout, breakout, and then once it finally broke, it came all the way down here, tested the previous level, and then just kept on going up. So this was an amazing day for AMC, guys. I am fully convinced now that we will go ahead and test at least the 28s and the 30 regions before AMC decides what's to do. So let's look at the daily chart here as to where we are. And look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that amazing sort of hammer candlestick formation. That's exactly what we wanted after the shooting star reversal here day before yesterday, and then the confirmation of that, and then the pullback, and then look at that demand week. I mean, this is just picture perfect setup for AMC going into the rest of the week and then into next week. So the way I see this going is probably tomorrow we would in the next 2 days we want to test the 25 zone, probably vibrate a bit there and then test the absolute holy grail line, which is at around uh, the top of our yesterday, day before yesterday's move, which was at around 27.49, and then move up from there and go and test this red line, which is the target that I've always had for a long period of time back here at around 29.81, and then go ahead and test this liquidity zone at 29.81 and 30 and 34, right? So this is essentially how I see AMC moving. So if I were to chart this out to you, I mean, again, none of this is financial advice, guys, but take it all with a grain of salt. Do your own due diligence. But if I were the composite emu, then my clear-cut move would be go up, test this line, come back down a bit, test this line, come back down a bit, break this line, test the liquidity zone, establish the support, come back, go up to 34, and then a price fall after the ex-dividend amount date. I mean, don't pay attention to the dates here, but that's essentially how I see this entire stock moving. So let's quickly take a look at a few of our indicators and see where we stand. So let's look at our RSI first and see what the daily RSI looks like. Perfect. I mean, look at that. It just came down, bounced, and it's somewhere at around 74 right now. So there is big room to run up. I mean, in the June run up, we went all the way up to 94, right? So that's almost a 20-point move that we can still expect if AMC decides to push up. There is literally clear skies ahead all the way up to 34 before any kind of pullback, at least according to me. So if I were playing options, although I don't hold, I mean, I got out of my weekly calls today. I just have one more with a strike price of 25 for the end of this week. So I'm just going to let that ride and see where it stands. It's currently up by about 60%. So I'm happy with it. I've put my stop losses in. Again, remember guys, if disciplined traders always put stop losses in. So just make sure that if you're playing options, there's no point in diamond handling options. If you are up even by a fractional percent like 30%, 40%, 50%. Take that money off the table and then play with the house's money, right? There's no point. These are options, are not shares, so there's no point in diamond handing options at all. So if you have any profits, just take them out. Nothing else much to say, guys. I was going to look at the OBV to see whether we are still in an accumulative phase, and I'm sure that would confirm my thesis. I mean, wow, look at this, guys. Look at the OBV, right? We are at this point of time above the OBV value as it was in the March push up. In fact, we just broke it, right? So that's super bullish, guys. I mean, if you ever needed any confirmation that AMC is looking to push, here it is for you, right? So we just broke it, retested it, and now we are trying to move on up ahead. So over the course of the next week till the dividend is announced, I would ideally expect the OBV to shoot up and test this resistance line here, which is the top of the June push up, the squeeze, right? So even in the OBV, you can see that it is forming a bit of ascending triangle. So that's amazing. That's exactly what we want to see. So even if there are any pullbacks in the OVV, that's perfect. The stock can move in sympathy. So even if we go back, retest, come back down, move up, do this, it still would be all right, because by this point of time the stock would have already been marked up, right? So what I mean by a markup is that if the stock ends up going up here, catching this resistance line, coming back down here, and then starts vibrating in this level, so that would, according to me, be a markup. So we were trading at the sub 20 ranges, and now we will be trading in the mid 20 ranges. So that would be a markup, and then we can then decide to move on up as the days progress. Is this going to be a time for short squeeze? I mean, the MOAS. I don't think so. I think that's still long ways away, but it's a good bullish sign for the stock going forward, right? So that's my quick analysis for tomorrow's price action, guys. I mean, this is just really pretty hammer candlestick pattern. I mean, the volume is slightly above on the day. I believe it's around 65 or 63. I would have liked to see a little bit more volume, but that's okay, I guess. The only thing that you have to be wary of is the buyer exhaustion. So after next week, after this week going into next week, you need to be very careful about buyer's exhaustion before the dividend gets announced. So if you're playing any options that are a week out, be very careful of that. I mean, I totally forgot, the CPI data came out, right? So the CPI data was good, and that's probably the reason why we are seeing all of these good sort of momentum. Let's take a look at SPY quickly and see where it ended. I mean, look at this, amazing. We are tracking this sort of bear flag pattern, but it is at the top level of that. So it has literally crossed its long-term resistance line, which we took by this yellow line, which we took a look at in yesterday's video. So SPY, I believe, guys, is on its way. Maybe slight pullback tomorrow before pushing up to the 28 level and then going on up to the 30, 33 before another sort of downward turn. So this green line is when the GDP data comes out for third quarter. So expect some sort of a pullback there. But other than that, guys, everything else looks good. If you have any questions, as always, leave it in the comment section below and I'll try and answer it. And if you enjoy this kind of content, I would appreciate you if you hit the subscribe button. If not, I appreciate you guys nonetheless. Thank you so much. Happy investing and see you again soon.